Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are listed below, and if there's anything, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com, information below. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and get into your selection. Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Libra? Healing, right off the bat, with the Knight of Cups. We like that. The Lovers, too. Oh my god, this is going real well. Well, let's get them all down first, right? I'm getting the hiccups. Why am I getting the hiccups? Why am I getting the hiccups? Judgment in your favor. There's a lot. It's like a saga. This is like a saga. I don't know what is this, Libra? Good lord. Good lord. What is happening? That's it. Okay. Could be a family issue, doesn't have to be. I'm going to say that because this is popping out here. It seems something long-standing like this. Could be work, friendship, could be romance, for all I know at this point. I mean, it's a general read, not for nothing. But it's long-standing connection. It's been going on for a while. It just never stays the same. It's always evolving. Always, whatever this is, it's always evolving. So if it's romance, it's just, the situation is just always evolving. It just keeps evolving if that's what it is. It's a good chance it's family. There could be at the very least a family influence here. And I get that there's a lot of chatter, but there's not much action. Whatever you're dealing with, there's a lot of chatter, but there's not a lot of action. I'm getting that from the Two of Swords, not a lot of action. But the Aquarius card, I want to say, it's the Star card. You don't have to be dealing with an Aquarius, but you could be. Somebody with qualities where they're very chatty, they're very intellectual. You can like enjoy a conversation with them. It seems like a lot is possible, but nothing seems to happen. That's a problem. That's a problem. Oh. This seems like it's been a stressful point. Now, does that mean nothing happens at all, or does that mean nothing happens unless you move it forward? There's no stability here. I don't know that anything's really happening at all. It's bothering me. It's a saga. This is a problem. There's lack of movement, lack of stability. I do feel like whenever things, if they do move forward, it seems to be on your power. There's a lot of loyalty on your side. But there's also like anything that comes out of this situation, it's like I feel like you practically have to babysit it. This seems like it's an issue at this point. Okay. Things are going better, but it's ebb and flow. It doesn't stay. Okay, where are we going with this? Not for nothing. I understand the cards are going better, but it's kind of like up and down. It is up and down. So I just want to be realistic. I don't want to act like it's sunshine rainbows. But there's a change coming up. What do we mean by that? Like, I want to move forward, but you're doing something different. You're doing something different. There's a lot of healing and there's a lot of moving things forward on your effort. It's you. You're moving things forward. I get that. The other side is so... It feels very labored to me. Like, geez. And I get the Hanged Man here. I'm trying to get past that, but I get like... Something is moving forward. You're doing better, but it seems to be you just doing what you need to do. And I feel like there's choices being made here. There's changes that are coming. And you're making a decision here. Healing is coming for you. I don't know about this, whatever's going on here. For you, yes. For you. This is like... I keep looking at this like, this isn't how I want to do this. I just feel like it's become too much. I have to do something different. And I'm sick of just feeling so drained by the situation. Your well-being is really important. You know what you want. The situation is not... It's like if I want an intellectual conversation, I can get a really good conversation, but nothing comes of it. And it's just not working for me. I feel like it's been a long time coming, but I feel like my loyalty has shifted to a better place. Instead of being loyal to the situation, I'm becoming more loyal to myself, and I feel like that's a lot healthier than what I've been doing. Okay. You're doing what you gotta do. There's a change coming. I don't know why it's bothering me, but it's bothering me. Because it's like, I want to make sure I talk to it correctly. I don't know. Whatever this is, I'm not doing it the same way I've been doing it. I feel like I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from it. I'm releasing myself. The Eight of Swords reversed with the Lover's card. I'm letting go of it. This isn't working for me. The world is coming up either way. The end is coming. I just can't do this anymore. And I don't feel like I'm coming to this lightly. In fact, some of you watching this, maybe you're fighting against going to this part where you just kind of like, I can't do this anymore. I get that it's coming because, you're exhausted. I feel like you're very exhausted from this. It's just too much. And you've been sustaining it for the longest time, and it's very draining. There is something to be said about once you make this decision, because I do feel like it's in your control. You don't have to be jumping forward, running forward in a different direction after this. You don't have to be doing all that work right off the bat. Once you make that decision, you don't have to go full board making those changes. You don't have to put all your effort into making those changes. So you don't have to go the Ace of Wands route. Is there anything else you want to say about that? The change can come in slower, and it does seem like it needs some time. If you go slower, there's more healing here. To rush it forward, it seems like it makes it heavier on you. The other option, possibility, something to consider if you will, is realizing once you've made your decision, judgment is already in your favor. It's already there. You can take your time and move forward as you need to. If you go slower, things will show up and you'll have this a lot easier than you're expecting. It's really weird to me. So it could be a job, it could be a family situation. In a job situation, going slower, it's kind of like there's two different ways to do this. There's kind of like, I just need to find a job, whatever job I need, whatever job I can get that suits the bills, and just I'm out and go. That's that. That seems like that's very stressful. You can do that. You don't have to go that direction. The other version is start looking for another job, go through the interviews, let them know you're looking. You don't even have to hide it. Up to you if you do or not. But the more important part is, and I can relate to this, once you've decided you're done, I was at a job the last 4 months, I knew I was going. The last 3 or 4 months, I knew I was done. I wasn't even considering staying anymore. It was just about when I found where I was going next. And I stopped trying to meet their expectations, and I only met my own. So just to put that in proper context, I did the job. I did the job to the best of my ability, but I didn't break my back over it, that was for sure. I showed up at the start time. I did the correct amount of work that I felt was rational. I didn't break my back. Like, for example, I'm just going to make this in like a quota thing. Say the quota was like, they want 12 a day, 12 of whatever it was. They want 12 of these every day. And I'm like, you know what? I can do 8 or 9 and have them done right. I would do 8 or 9. They might want 12, but you know what? The 8 or 9 that I did, I know they were right from beginning to end because I took my time and I did them right. It's probably like 3 or 4 below what they want, but like, I'm leaving. I know I'm leaving. They don't like it. I don't care. I don't feel like I need them to know I don't care, but I don't care. I just need to do a competent job and know that what I left behind, I feel confident that I did the right thing. So that's kind of like taking the slower route. Like, you can look, you don't have to hide it if you don't want, and you don't have to worry about making their expectations. You just do what you need to do. You do a competent job. You just do a respectful job for what you feel needs to be done. That's a version. That's an option. Jumping right into the next situation as fast as you can just to get out of it once you make your decision, it just feels like that's a rougher road. There is... Oh, is that an either or? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't realize that was an either or. If you jump in too fast, if you go too fast, there's a lot of stress. There's the changeover, there's it seems like it's really hard because it's like there's something like, I'm going to use the job analogy because I got this card. It's the stability. It doesn't have to be literally a job. I know it says financial health, but it doesn't have to be a job. It's something about the stability. If I move too fast, the stability is in question, and like feeling like I went to the right spot, that I made the right choice. It's almost like moving out of a situation and moving into a new place, and when you move in going, oh my God, like the people, my neighbors, I'm really nervous. I don't know if this was a good idea. I moved too quick. I jumped too quick because I just needed to get out of there. Versus going into another job really quick, like, oh, I don't know if I like these people. I don't know if I like this job. I don't know if this is really going to work for me. I moved so fast just because I had to go that I jumped into something too quick. Another version, if you take your time, is being more selective and finding what really works for you, finding what really makes sense to you, indulging a little more in what you actually want, not just feeling like, well, this is just what's offered, so I have to choose from what's offered. Instead of choosing from what's offered, taking your time and going, let me see what's out there. I'm going sooner or later. I'm going to make this change sooner or later, but let me take my time, enjoy what I have here for what it is, not worry about it because I'm not staying anyway, and find what I really want. Create what I really want. Look forward and move ahead when I find what I really want. Sooner or later things get better, no matter which road you take, so there's really no wrong. I'm not saying anything is wrong. I'm just showing differences, different ways you can do it. That's all. Nothing's wrong. And you'll go into that next phase. The completion of this change will happen with the Death card. That's a very positive thing here. When it comes forward, seems to be a mystery. That's totally what I'm getting from the moon. This period won't last forever. You will go into a new period, and you'll be surprised how things just kind of move your way. This next period that you're going through is about you rebuilding your confidence and you creating what you want and realizing you don't have to subject yourself to things that you feel like you're stuck with. You can find somebody who's intellectually, or a situation that's intellectually stimulating but also self-actuating, something that moves ahead on its own volition. Is there anything else with these? There's a couple cards left. When you move out of that cycle, it happens just really fast. And I feel like the stress from the past I leave right behind. I don't see you bringing the stress from the past with you. It's going to feel like luck. It's not luck, but it's going to feel like it. You got the black cat. Good luck, good black cat here. It'll move forward fast. All of a sudden, it'll just click in the way it needs to click in, and it'll just move forward the way it needs to move forward. So how do I explain this? So it's like, if I move out too quick, I'll have to keep looking for another place anyway. I'll do what I have to do. There'll be a stressful period of time, which is a question mark about how long that'll last. And then all of a sudden I'll find what I need and everything will just switch really fast. It's like I go from night to day really fast, and it's like things go better really quick. Same thing with the job. Like if I leave this job and you go into the first one I get and I don't really like it, I'll stick with it for a while. I don't know how long. It depends on your situation. But then all of a sudden, I'll find what I actually do want to be a part of. I'll find out what I really do need. I'll switch into that, and all of a sudden, things are just fine. Things are much better than they were. I don't know why it's showing up that way. It seems very strange to me. But they're also saying you don't have to go through that difficult period that way. That's the whole point of this reading. You have options. You can do it a different way. You can write out this situation and just make it comfortable for you. Just make it what you need it to be. Move forward as necessary. And you could, instead of going through that really difficult period somewhere else, you can just ride this out more comfortably, knowing you're not going to stay in it, and let it transition when it's time to transition. So I feel like they're just saying it doesn't have to go through that really difficult phase. It's not bad if it does. You'll be fine. Like, you're not making a bad choice. You just don't have to make that choice if you don't want to. That's all that's there. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.